Good afternoon, everybody. Hey, Coach Zach here with my special guest, Adam Czajkowski. How's it going, man? Shake hands. Oh, I guess we shouldn't shake hands. Sorry. Okay, didn't mean to offend anybody. Now, Adam is a ultra distance runner. Do you do other? You don't do triathlons or anything like that yet, or have you?
Not yet.
Not yet.
It's gonna happen.
Not yet. It's gonna happen.
Once the ultra running gets boring.
Okay. So once the ultra running gets boring, what is ultra running exactly?
Technically, anything over 26.2
Okay.
miles, but the traditional is 50K, which would be what 32 miles would be the kind of first
Tier
bar over that typically. But if you've gone 26.3, technically you're there, but no one's gonna patch you on the butt for that one.
Adam just, what was it, 2 or 3 days ago where you did your 38-mile run? What was it?
It was a 50-mile run.
It was 50 miles.
That I aborted the 38, so it did not finish.
I like it. That's a mindset. He didn't run 50, so he didn't do it. In my head, I'm thinking 38 miles. All right. So anyways, ultra endurance athlete, political strategist. We just discussed this. Your exact title, and I just screwed it up.
Political strategist, spiritual gangster.
Nice. All right. Those all work. So anyways, we're going to look at, I'm going to give everybody kind of a sneak preview of what we do here at Whole Body Health, and then we're going to break Adam down here and build him back up in a good way. Now, your nickname of Savage, so this is going to be a different type of savagery, probably some stuff you've been avoiding. I'm guessing you don't do enough prep and maintenance work, so.
Absolutely not.
This is going to be a different type of challenge for Adam right now. So what we want to do first and foremost is we want to see where a baseline is for somebody. So since Adam is really dominant into running activities and, gait and movement, we're going to look first and foremost at some mobility that relates to that. So just step on the red mat there. I want your heels and toes together. I want you to very slowly just slide. Now you're not trying to stretch, but just slide your hands down and stop when you feel resistance. So what I'm doing is I'm just seeing how much range, don't bend the knees too, you're cheating. Don't cheat. Uh-oh. Right there? Cool. So what we want to do is we're just setting a baseline so that we can now test and retest ways of increasing the range of motion. You can slowly come back up. Increasing flexibility and increasing strength and stability at the same time. One more test with those heels and toes together. I want you to very slowly lift one leg up and stop before you lose balance or before it gets tight. Uh-oh. Here comes a tricky one. Oh, you're really going to like this. He's going to really benefit from this. So as you can see, now just think like, okay, go back down and try the other side. Now we're also looking from side to side to see if there's a discrepancy from side to side.
So there will be.
Now this relates to his predominant activities. If somebody was doing another type of training or other demands in their life, we would still test range of motion in the legs, but we also have to encompass upper body, but we're going to try to keep it succinct whenever you're ready, man. Your fans are waiting. Whoa, all right, cool. This is going to be awesome. Okay, so slowly on the way back down. Okay, so what we're going to look at, now when you did that toe touch, where did you feel the tension? Were you feeling it hamstrings, low back, calves, all the above? What was going on? Tell us where you feel it.
Low back.
That's all low back?
Little calf, low calf.
Little calf, but a lot of low back too?
Equal, 50-50.
50-50. Okay, so we'll look at the flex. Well, most people clear the term flexibility. We're going to check that first. So excuse me real quick, senor. I'm going to show you a little mobility work here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to increase his range of motion. So this is a nice little way. I don't like loosely stretching. You're not patient, right? Adam doesn't have patience. I don't have patience. Adam doesn't have patience. So we're going to sneak some flexibility in without having to just sit and try to stretch for a couple minutes, because I'm guessing you're not going to do that.
Nope.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep my legs straight, keep my toes facing, geez, my toes don't face. I'm going to keep my toes rotated back towards my body, legs straight. With the band, I'm going to exhale, and I'm going to assist by pulling a little bit deeper. On my inhale, I'm going to come out. So I'm only stretching for about 1 to 2 seconds right here. But as you can see, after a couple reps, the range of motion is going to start to increase on its own. So you're just applying a little bit of pressure with the band to increase the range of motion and sneak into a greater range of motion rather than just trying to stretch on the ground or however people would like to stretch their hamstrings. And I need water on that note.
I am going to be really bad at this.
I know you're going to be bad. I already told you you're going to be bad. Here, sneak this down just a little bit lower. We don't want that to slide off your foot and pop you in the face. That would be anti-productive. Now, so you're already compensating. You're cheating. Yeah, there you go.
Ooh. Ooh, baby.
He said, ooh, baby. All right. So go even lower. So go lower on the band. Now, what I want you to do is when you're doing this, the intensity, when you come back and you're saying, oh, baby, I want that to be about a 5 out of 10 intensity. If you're breath holding, if you feel yourself tightening, it's not going to have the effect we want. So you're going to inhale and let this leg come down, relax. Exhale and just let it come up and pull just a little bit. Pause that 1 second and then back down. Now the other thing we're going to be looking for here is as you're doing this, we're going to be looking for what's called trigger points, which are like really dense areas where they feel like super tight. Have you ever done massages and stuff, I assume?
Oh yeah, just not in 9 months.
Not in 9 months. Okay. So have you had trigger point therapy performed on you?
Not that I know of, but
okay.
you know, sometimes I just shrug my shoulders and go with the flow.
So go ahead, inhale, come up, breathe, exhale, boom, back down. You can use both hands, relax. Do you feel, here, I'll give you a little strength pillow, yeah. Here, slide that head up, there you go.
Look at that, you're so sweet.
I am sweet right now. I'm sweet as I slowly start to stretch you out and scream.
A bad oh baby.
Hey, laugh or cry. Hey, go back down. So we're going to try to hit about 10, and then I'm going to show you the second version, which is going to be even sneakier. Back up. Are you getting there? Don't try to use speed. So if you start to use momentum, and you don't want to lock the knee, you just want the leg straight. So there shouldn't be any tension in the knee. Back down. I'll help you with that. Yeah, that's really tight. Ready? Back down. Inhale, exhale, stay relaxed. Boom. Back down. A couple more.
I should have done this the day before the run. I would have said like,
well, if you start doing this every day, then you're not going to be going, oh. Nice. Down. Back up. So this is all precursor work to what we're going to be doing strength-wise. Now, here's another little sneaky one you can do. You are going to bend the knee this time, and you're going to sneak up here, and now you're going to push as high as you can and straight up. Nope, with the toes back to you, drive from the heel, push the leg straight up. Oh, now back down. Good. Try a couple of those.
Okay.
Find an angle where you can straighten the leg, but it is going to be a little intense.
Here?
Yeah.
And then I'm here.
I know you're this stiff. This is fun on my end. Fun's the wrong word. This is enlightening. Adam's going to be running a lot faster and a lot harder. Now, again, it's just 1 second. We're just back out of it. Good. A couple more, and we're going to try the other side.
So I have not hit the peak of my ultra running performance quite yet. Huh?
No, not any, no. And see, all these are probably compensations from the miles. As we put on more miles on the body, we're going to have a tendency and a pattern to start to tighten up. So we really have to, like, for someone like you that's running the distances, keep bending, bending and straight. When you straighten, only about 1 second at the top. So you're just sneaking in, challenging the body, then coming back out of it. Nice. See how much higher that's starting to get already? Yeah, I know. You're like, yeah, it's getting higher because it sucks.
Yeah.
But when you're putting the volume on that you're putting every single week, you're looking at probably about 15 minutes of minimum a day of maintenance work, just rolling, stretching, just to maintain. And that can be, you know, before, during, and after. But it's going to help alleviate this stuff. Nice.
Stay hard, brother.
Stay athletic. You could stay hard. Eventually, you're going to be the hard guy that has this much of a gait. I've worked with those. They just fall forward. Okay, let's switch sides real quick. The cool part is going to be we're going to retest the range of motion after he's done, and we're actually going to see that his range of motion is drastically increased. So, if it goes right, I don't know. I could be setting myself up.
Yeah, well, I'm not the best patient. So.
Everything could be, yeah.
So wait, we're going just back.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
Here. I feel like I'm torturing you right now, which is not the point. Here, we're going to go with a little lighter of a band.
Yeah, it's been a year since yoga.
A year since yoga. Well, shows.
Group yoga.
Group yoga.
There's been 3 or 4 sessions since quarantine, but
yeah. Oh yeah, yoga probably is not the happening place right
now. No, it is not. Those poor yoga instructors.
Yes. Support your local yogi.
Yes. They were doing outdoor yoga at one point.
Yeah, you put the bend in there. So now inhale back down. Exhale up. Outdoor yoga in the winter, that would be pretty. There you go. That's your hardcore stretching that you can do. Organize outdoor yoga.
Yeah, well, I did it and then got
do it with a tank top and shorts and beanie. Do some cold exposure.
Ooh, yeah, that's some Wim Hof yoga.
Yeah, there you go, Wim Hof yoga.
Yeah.
For any yoga instructors watching, you're welcome. Go ahead and you can market that all you want. Back down, don't hold it too long. Again, we're just trying to work with the body. We're not going to, get this all fixed today, but over time, we can get Adam down to his toes in probably, I don't know, a week or so.
Full split?
Not full split, no. I'm still working on full split, so once I get there, I'll let you know. Turns out I still need to work on my daily flexibility as well. No momentum, don't swing it up. There you go, back down. I should put the mic near you, it's more entertaining than me talking. Just the moans and groans.
Whine, bitch and moan.
Back down. So you will shake a little bit, but don't shake so hard. So you're going just probably a little bit too deep. So just come back. When it starts shaking, that's going to be challenging your nervous system to chill out. Get it back down. There you go.
My yogi hates the phrase "stay hard." There's nothing about staying hard in this sport.
No, it's not. And you just referred to yoga as a sport. That's going to equally offend them probably.
Is it not a sport?
Yeah, I don't think so. I guess you could make it into a sport.
We offend a lot of people often.
Well, yeah. Ditto.
I don't have any friends. I'm a solitary master.
I was going to say, the stretching is starting to become so therapeutic now. The inner demons are coming out.
My gym teacher in 3rd grade made me stretch and it made me cry.
Okay, now we're going to go to the knee bend variation. So you're going to bend the knee, come up, bend the knee, come up. Now let's try to straighten out. Nice, back down. Up. Let's try like 8 to 10 of those.
This might help my freaking anger that was in my tibia.
Yeah. Well, and I'll show you something after the fact. Just go keep it easy. But I'll show you some way to release that tissue and check to see if it's a bone or just the tissue super inflamed.
Might be, man. You never.
Good. So now see how much that range of motion is improving already? That's awesome. That's a good thing.
Yeah. The right leg feels pretty wild now.
Yeah. Couple more. Then we're going to do our retest. One more. Good. Okay. Slowly come back up. Just kind of walk down the back, like 5 paces or so, and just kind of shake out the legs. Here's a nice little trick actually we can do. It comes over what's called the ostrich walk. Figure like this one's going. This is another way of sneaking mobility. So I'm going to keep my legs straight, and I'm going to keep everything loose in my upper body, and I'm going to take a half a step. And as I do, I'm just going to allow my hands to drift towards the ground and my back to the ground. I'm just staying super loose. Keep the legs straight and just do a nice little ostrich walk, about 10 paces on each leg. Yep. Yep. And you don't even need to force the stretch. Just see how low you can go, but really keep those legs straight. You're bending that leg. You're bending both of them. The forward leg needs to be straight. Oh, there it is. Ah, but I don't get as low. Nice, getting down there. Okay, good. Okay, shake it all out. We call this fast and loose. Just shaking out all the tension. Now come back over here to our beautiful red yoga mat.
Right.
Heels and toes together, and I want you to slowly slide down and see what's happened to that range of motion.
Okay, no cheating.
No cheating, legs straight. Fingers crossed it worked. Adam might be the unicorn that it doesn't work on, and now I've just simulated myself on Facebook Live. He's cautiously easing into it. Boom, what's that, 3 or 4 extra inches?
Yeah, no lower back here at all.
And so that took care of the back already?
All calf, right here.
That's all in the calf now?
Yep.
Where, like near the knee?
Yeah, lower calf.
Okay, so the second method we're going to use here is we're going to actually check that specifically. Oh man, I spilled my coffee. That's very sad. Okay.
You got my towel dirty, damn you. It's all good.
Ready for, well, I'll give you a towel. So ready for another oh baby moment?
Ooh, baby.
Yeah, okay, here we go. So now, I feel those. One's a lacrosse ball, one's like a racket ball. So what we're going to do now is we're actually going to look at tissue quality.
That feels, my legs feel awesome.
What's that? Yeah, it should feel awesome. Well, those should show happens. We're going to face this way on this one. So what you're going to do here is you're going to treat this ball as like a ball in it, and you're going to try. Now you might not be able to grab. You might have to come up here like this. But with the hand, you're going to very gently try to contract and then try to straighten the leg. And having that ball back there is going to be hitting all the connection points of where the calf is connecting near your knee. And then I'm just going to start doing some ankle dorsiflexions and flexion.
Alright.
Just chill out. We use our yoga a little bit. Nice and comfy down here. Start with that ball because it's softer and I'm not a sadist.
Alright, you're going to have to walk me through this one. That is a pretzel, man.
No, we got it.
Okay, so, pillow.
Yep, now this form of soft tissue work, like I said, this is going to be looking at different densities, different objects. So it's finding the right tool for the right area of the body and applying the right amount of pressure. On that scale of 1 to 10 of discomfort, we're looking for a 4 or 5 out of 10. Can you reach the leg or no? Yep. Pretty tender in there?
No, just weird.
Just weird? Okay, we didn't find the right spot then. Hold on. It's not supposed to be weird, it's supposed to be uncomfortable. Right out. Not bad? Okay, extend. Now, is that hitting where you felt the tension in the calf or no? Because if not, we'll change it up and go right where that tension is. Generally speaking, this is going to get at the top of the calf, but if it's missing for you, we can actually go to a sitting position and actually hit the calf more directly. It's kind of...
These are conversations with my body. I haven't really had.
Well, the fact that you're not grimacing tells me I haven't found the right spot yet.
Grimace.
Okay.
Am I like, just like pretzel the right way?
Yeah. Here, sit on up real quick. So again, we're just testing and retesting things, so I really want you to feel that tension. So I want you to sit up here. Now, what we're going to do here, let me show you real quick. Oh man, I really did so tell. Okay, so now I'm going to use my ball here, and you're going to try to position that right underneath the calf. You're going to go back and forth, just up and down, and you're going to find that trigger point, that really dense area where everything feels super tight in there. You're going to go for it. Okay?
Like that?
Mm-hmm. We're just going to explore all that tissue. Try to get it right to where you felt was restricting your toe touch just a second ago.
If you want to do the toe touch again, just like reevaluate.
Sure, go ahead. Yeah, stand up. That's great.
Because I'm like, man, maybe I wasn't. Now I kind of know what I'm looking for.
Right.
I'll show you on the bell where it hurts.
Perfect.
Okay. Here.
Yep.
Slide down.
Slide down, legs straight.
Straight.
Even lower, nice. Yeah, you might get some toe touch right there. Okay, so now just target that point, and just when you go back to the sitting, get the ball right where you feel that bundle of tension.
Maybe right above the knees, like
Right above the leg. Yeah, that could be. Try it.
slightly, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's in through here.
Okay, so start in the hamstring itself, and then start to kind of work that ball down towards the knee, maybe slightly below, and we'll just find wherever it's feeling the most tense.
Okay.
You're actually feeling really good.
You should feel good. This is a great way, especially for someone like you to recover at night and kind of chill out. You know, that whole relaxation thing that you're so good at?
Oh yeah.
Starting to find it now?
I think it's right above the knee and the
Okay.
ham.
Yeah, hamstring. So you can sneak into it. Now, if you have to, if it gets really intense, to try to hold yourself up. That's where the block is going to be at. So you can slide it up there. Keep your sit bones on the block itself, and just try to find that exact area. Now, the cool part about these trigger points is that in the beginning they're going to be very predominant, but as you work on it regularly, it's going to soften up. It's going to become more pliable. So if today it took us a couple minutes to release it, in the future it might only take you like 30 seconds just to kind of do a little check-in. Those hamstrings are going to be super tight.
Should I switch?
Yep. Just giving it a little stimulus, trying to let it relax. There's debates about what exactly this is doing. Some people call it self-myofascial release. Fascia is tissue that goes over the muscles. So our muscles are wired together to work together. So I have lines of muscles that begin up in my toes and run through the bottom of my feet, up through the calf, up through the spine, into the head. That's called a fascial line. That particular one is called a superficial back line or posterior chain. When I affect one muscle on that entire line, it's going to relax the entire line. So we may find, especially because you run so much, we may roll out the bottom of your feet, and it may be super dicey.
Ooh, that feels real good. When I
Yeah.
get that.
Oh yeah, for sure. But they're all connected. So by stimulating one part of that fascial line, the rest is going to start to relax as well, which is why we're increasing the toe touch so quickly. It's also why historically, if you look at yoga postures, they've developed the way they have. Obviously, we don't, they didn't have the scientific, inquiry methods that we would use now, but the science in and of itself was trial and error. And there's a reason that all those postures are developed around the way that they were developed. Water time, talking too much. Nice. Cool. Stand up, check again. Again, the goal today is not to do the toe touch. If it was, I mean, we definitely get there. Maybe we will, I don't know. But today's goal is to start adding some core strength and then some prime mover strength to Adam's game here. You won't need that weight go much longer. Well, you might need on the white. Nice.
What's up, Sam?
Hey, is that Adam? Yeah.
Yeah. Just let him know on his way out he can pick up his free pass because he's got a 2-week pass downstairs.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All right, no problem.
Legs straight, legs straight. Nice. Good. Feeling better?
Feels good, but
Feels good. There's a little bit of the event still. That's normal. Okay. So we've opened up the range of motion. That's called mobility, aka flexibility. Now we get to do something super cool. It's probably going to enhance it, but it's also going to make everything feel super good. And that's going to be start to targeting our trunk, okay, aka our abs, what most people call the core. So I'm going to have you lay down, face up.
Face up.
Face up. Lay down on your back. Let's go side to side to give everybody that's going to might see a nice little detail of what we're going to do. So go this way.
that way.
Go this way.
Wait a second. Oh. I'm like, are we showing off?
This is what, I was going to say, this is what happens when you don't rehearse anything, you just wing it. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to have this band right below your lower back, and we're going to start checking some transverse abdominis, which is like our internal corset that's running from one side of our spine all the way to the other, around the midsection, and we're going to check pelvic floor stability, which are the stability muscles in our hips. So this is going to be super cool. Lay down now.
Super cool for us.
Super cool for you, man. This is going to be a moment of clarity. Okay. Knees up to your chest like you're in the bottom of a squat. Shoulder width apart. Yep. Okay, now I'm going to try to take this. So this is going to, you're going to love this for your competitive spirit. I'm going to pull on this and you're going to pinch it with your back. You're going to pinch it and put it, there we go. Don't let me take that. You feel that already?
Yeah.
Okay, now very slowly I want you to try to extend one leg out.
Which one?
We're going to do both. You pick. He's going to pick his strongest side first. Watch, everybody does. When you're ready. Do you drum roll? All the way down. Let's try to get your heels close to the ground as possible. Don't let me take this. Ooh. Boom, back up. Now, if you're watching the beginning of the video, we're going to edit the highlights, so go ahead and do the other leg. But Adam was having a very hard time picking up one leg with balance. And as we can see here right now, see all that shaking going on? You feel that? Now back up. Just keep going back and forth. Let's try to do 5 on each leg. So right now I've given him more stability from the ground and he's able to start patterning the high knee position that we were just looking at that he was really struggling with. So when we go to do his recheck, man, you're doing shoulder touches, you're doing the, what was that old Macarena, right?
It's not a TikTok dance.
That's your TikTok dance?
Sure.
I'll make this into a TikTok. You ever seen the Bed Intruder song? I was showing that to a client this morning. Oh, remember Bed Intruder? If you haven't seen Bed Intruder song, I'll post it. Well, actually, I probably shouldn't. Somebody will be offended. Okay, keep going, which is not relatively strong. Now, to your credit, you're actually having a lot of stability here. This is good. A lot of people, the band would start slipping out because they're not able to properly contract that. So the fact that you're able to hold it in place, we got a good foundation here. We're definitely going to increase. But the stability in the trunk and the core is going to allow his flexibility to be even enhanced in just a minute here. So he's going to have more flexibility. He's going to be more stable when we do the single leg stand. You're like doing it. He's like, just make it stop. One more. Last one, nice and slow. No, I love it, man. Keep doing your little thing. Keep doing your Egyptian prayers or whatever it is. Back up. Good. Shake it out. Okay, now watch this. Here's what the magic is. So we stretched. We used the band to stretch. We opened up some tissue. Now we've stabilized the trunk. And now Adam's going to come over here. He's going to nail his toe touch. And then he's going to do his single leg raise. And it's going to look amazing. Watch this. Now I have to edit the video here so everyone can see the before and after.
Okay, so
Okay, here we go.
like
Straight
that?
legs. Yep, heels and toes together just like before.
Toes together, okay.
Yep, slide the hands down the calf and just watch this. Keep the legs straight, don't bend, don't cheat. Getting there, nice. Now when he started, he was up right about here. So what most people call stretching, we didn't even do any stretching. Now let's see the single leg. Now here's one that's going to feel super cool. Watch this. Now do that single leg
Okay.
up here.
Up.
Yep. Ooh, good balance. Back down. Now this would be an interesting test for you to do with different running shoes too.
These are literally meant to be on a cloud. They're a trampoline.
Exactly. So if we kick those off, you'd actually probably be more stable. So that's up to you. But this comes into the next point I was going to make, which is when you do go to lift, my ability to lift is to generate force and connect to the earth and generate force through the earth, so reactive force comes up. So when we actually do lift, it won't be an option. You do have to kick this off. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, they're literally on as they're running on clouds.
Right.
And then when I had some fasted cardio going on and did ons on a track, and it's like a trampoline on a trampoline.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's why, did you ever see that TED Talk about why running times have increased? They actually looked at, like, the guy who was presenting basically said Jesse Owens was just as fast as anybody today, but the track technology has become so much different. That's what's increasing the times.
It's insane. Like my lungs can't keep up with my body on the track. where it's like my innards are like I'm about to puke. It's not. But when I'm on the
So
street.
the real question is, are you going to be one of the first non-necessary leg sling blade adopters?
Let's see.
All right, so kick those off. Now we're going to start looking at some patterning. So by building Adam's strength, we're going to be looking at not max strength today, but we want to increase our power output, our strength output, and that's going to translate into faster running times or better athleticism. Strength is a component of that. It's not the be-all, end-all, but it will definitely enhance his running power output. So now we're going to transition from our mobility work and start to do a little strength work, test everything out for you. You can start with your belt if you want.
Sure.
And we're actually going to do...
You'll see these are incredibly different, and they weigh 4 ounces.
Oh, that's very good. Well, if I ever become insane like you and I want to start running all week long, then maybe I'll look those up.
It's the fastest growing athletic brand in the world.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is, you said, okay, so based on what you're telling me, this is like 145. So I can slide it out to the pattern. So what we're going to be looking at is just increasing your efficiency. Now, Adam's used to deadlifting with the belt, so we're going to use that for the patterning. There's debates about to use belts, not use belts. Personally, I don't use belts until I need them. So if I'm going near a certain exertion level, looking at like a max strength effort or like a 3-rep max, I might use one. In general, my training though, I want to ensure that my abs are being used fully. So there's a debate about that. So let me just see what deadlift means to you. Before I even give you anything, I just want to see what your pattern looks like right now.
It's been since March 15th. Right? And then I did
There comes a clarification.
I did once in June.
9 months with no deadlifting. How dare you? Right? Oh, we're going to make it super strong. Sweet. Get that now. Now, this might feel weird because you're not used to having much range of motion, so it might feel a little awkward. One more. Biggest thing with my deadlift is I don't want to feel tension in my lower back. I have no musculature to speak of in my lower back. We have to set it down, stand up with no bar, shake it out. So when we're lifting the deadlift, I need to feel it in 3 places. Now do you feel that a lot in your quads?
Yeah.
Okay. So the other area I need to feel my deadlifts is in my hamstring. So this position I call the Goldilocks position is we're gonna have to raise those hips just a little bit. Because right now you're kind of down here like this.
Okay.
And so you're gonna be using quads and glutes predominantly. Now, if I can slide my hips up to this position, now I have my hamstrings, my quads, and my glutes are all engaged. And I'm gonna be able to fully leg press the earth away. And that's my intention. Okay? So we're going to utilize more musculature. Now, to do that, we're actually going to change the stance a little bit. So number one is, face the camera real fast. Show the camera the width that you just had. Yeah. So Adam was a little bit wide out here. Now, check this out. I want you to go super narrow.
Okay.
And I want you to bring your shoulders down and back. Tighten your lats so you're crushing something down here.
Okay.
Got it? Got your lats tight? Okay. Now, keep your lats tight, and I want you to slide your hands out. What happens?
Sure.
You still have the same amount of lat tension. The answer is
Yeah.
no.
No?
No. If you keep sliding out, so go narrow, pinch my finger, tight, really crush. Pretend like you're really crushing, I don't know.
I have
some
no
political
upper body
muscle.
muscle.
Oh, right there. So that's engaged. So now, start to slide the hands out. See, we start to lose tension there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have a lot of upper body to begin with.
Well, it doesn't matter. The amount of muscle doesn't matter. What matters is that the position of my hands, when my hands start to drift too far, I'm going to have to start compensating by losing tension here.
Okay.
So to make up for that, what we're going to do is the very first thing we have to do in setting up for our deadlift, the way we want to do is I want you as narrow as possible, because just think of the work. If I'm working here, I have to make up for all this distance. Now I'm exaggerating. You weren't this far. But if I'm in here and my lats are 100% tight, now I'm able to use my back in that pull as well.
And you're not at like 90 there. You were at like 60.
Yep, that's a good point. Okay, so now feet position is a very controversial subject. I don't know, can we see feet position on there? Oh, we can. Cool. Let's stand up here real fast. So I actually don't know what toe angle you should be up, and you're going to find out right now. So go just a little bit wider with your feet. So this is a drill. Now, internally, what Adam was saying, let me face the camera again real fast. Sorry to show you my butt, but it is what it is.
Okay.
My toe angle is about right here when I'm doing like squats, deadlifts, swings. This is a toe angle I've found that tenses my glutes fully. So we're going to do that for you right now. So you're going to just go toes forward. You're going to start rocking heel to toe like this. And as you do, you're going to squeeze your butt like you're trying to pinch a lump of coal like Superman and turn into a diamond. I don't know why you're using your butt, but you are. Now, as you're doing that, you're going to start to rotate your big toe out about 1/4 of an inch every single rock. And you're going to hit a toe angle where all of a sudden everything's going to tighten up in your glutes to a greater extent.
Yeah, it's probably like where you were at, 60 maybe,
ish there.
or whatever that is. I don't know what.
I don't know. It's called 72.
Sure, maybe
To be super precise, 72 degrees, 72.5 degrees.
0.6.
0.6, right? Okay, so now here's the interesting thing. So we just established that Adam needs to have his lats fully engaged, to fully utilize his back in his deadlift. Now here comes the problem. Imagine there was a bar down there and start to reach for that bar. So with his legs where they are right now, he's not, go and face the side real fast. Go face this way. So with his legs where they are right now, his lats are tight, and his legs, go ahead, put your legs back there. Now go down to the bar, our imaginary bar, our invisible bar. Now if his legs are in the way, then the bar is going to start to drift down in front of him. To keep my lower back safe though, I need the bar to be over my inside of my foot because I want to be loading my skeleton. Go ahead and stand up. I want my skeleton to be loaded up the entire time. So I have two options. Watch me real fast. So option number one is I go super narrow so that my knees are on the inside of my forearms. Now I can maintain my lat tension, load up my Goldilocks position, my hamstrings, my quads, and my glutes, and drive from here. Tall guys like us, I actually don't prefer that. What we're going to do is called a semi-sumo stance, so I get my lats super down and tight. But now I'm going to go wide enough with my legs in order to sneak those just inside my knees. Make sense?
Yes, sir. Well, kind of. We'll see.
Kind of.
Okay.
Kind of, we will see. Because like I said, so the goal here is that anytime you pull a deadlift, your shin needs to be pretty much against the bar.
Yeah. So
That's why deadlifters get those nasty shin cuts.
Boom, boom, like that.
Yep.
You want to go inside grip.
Inside, lats tight.
You have chalk.
I do have chalk. Of course.
Yeah. I bought my first chalk bag on the 15th of March too. So, I was like, oh great, you have to. All these cool toys, and then everything shut down for whatever.
Okay, so the big thing is remember, so you're as you're pushing your hips down and back, you're really going to be trying to load up those hamstrings and the quads at the same time. Right here. Stand back up with no weight. Tight, shoulders down and back. Good superhero. Who's your favorite superhero? Let me try to ask you that right there.
Spidey.
Spider-Man, perfect. Answer doesn't matter. Every superhero has the same chest posture, which is wide chest, shoulders down and back. Without becoming heavy, no back and go like this yet. All right, shoulders down and back, nice and tight. Push the hips back. Now, load up those hamstrings by bringing your butt up just a little bit. Up, up, up. There you go. Tight, 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 tight. I'm going to keep you in the stomach. Be braced for it. Ready? Drive your legs. Good. Stand up nice and tall. Back down. Try to scrape the shins. There you go. Nice. Nice. Better. Does that feel different?
Yeah.
Yeah. Feel those hamstrings now? Good fun. Now, as he's fatiguing, you can see his pattern is resorting back to what he's used to training. So this one, you're going to release the bar, stand up with no bar. So when you start to feel that your tendency starts, so your tendency is to be squatting, and that's because your hamstrings are so tight and your calves are so tight. So when you're doing reps, let's say you're trying to do 5 or 8 reps, and I do my pull, and when I come back down, I start to feel like I'm starting to do my compensations again. You release the bar, you stand up, shake it out real quick, go back into your patterning, get tight again, and then go back down.
You'll drop a lot of these ones.
Yeah, for sure. I was going to give you a third one.
Yeah, that's an altitude trainer. I have one where it literally feels like someone's strangling you, and I train from our left.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy.
Okay, here we go. Last tight, so run through your mental checklist. Last tight, bar against the shin, push back into my hamstrings, Loading up hamstring squats at the same time, so pushing my hips back. Like you're trying to stick your butt on the wall. Back, 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 back. Arms long. Boom, load up those hamstrings. Tight, tight, tight. And I'll kick you in the stomach, so be braced for it. You just never know what's going to come. Super tight brace. Drive through the ground. Boom. Back down. Shaking, shaking. It's challenging your body. He's being really challenged right now because he's changing his mechanics and his pattern. So everything's going to look a lot harder than he's used to doing because he's used to being more squatty. And now we're really challenging the hamstrings, which are really, really tight. Good, stand up with no weight, shake it out. Now here's the cool part is that a lot of people believe that if you lift, you get tight, and that's not necessarily true. So if we do everything correctly and I sequence it properly, go ahead and come over here, face the camera, and try your toe touch again, and your leg raise. And what we should do is we should find that the range of motion is the same, or if I did lose a little bit, it's very negligible. Oh, the weight belt might be in the way too. You can say that might be in the way. Here we go. Moment of truth. All right, sweet. Back up slowly, and then try that leg lift again. Let's see how that one leg stability looks. And you don't have your clouds on anymore. Nice, back down, other side. So the testing and retesting allows me to make sure that we're training in the right zone and I'm not overtraining, and I'm not going to be creating compensations leading to injuries or just bad and inefficient mechanics. How does that feel, man?
Great.
Awesome.
Great.
So we really challenged this pattern today. Now we can transition. A kettlebell swing is an amazing tool for runners. I was debating showing it today, but watching your deadlift, we need to do. No, you suck. You can't do that. No, the swing is just a fast deadlift. So when I do something fast and explosively, like cleans, jerks, all the cool stuff that you want to see on the commercials or CrossFit, I need to be able to do it slow and control with my mechanics. So let me sneak in here real quick. So if you watch my hips in this position, engaged. Just watch how my hips move. Drive in, lock out. Boom. Now, if you watch a kettlebell swing, what you're going to see is the exact same hip mechanic, but now the force is going outwards. It's like Happy Gilmore. It's all in the hips. But I don't need to stand behind you and do the dance. Questions, comments, concerns, sir?
Feels great, man.
Nice. So that's awesome. So now I know that feels super awkward, but what you could do is every time that you lift, you just briefly prep your body with some range of motion, you stabilize it, you make sure everything feels athletic and integrated, and then from there you just load that up. In the beginning you might be able to only do sets of 3 or 5, it doesn't matter. Within a week or two you're going to be expanding to sets of 6, 8, or you'll be able to start bumping the weight up.
Great.
And that's where we start cycling, where we can estimate like 3 to 5 rep max, basic percentages. Do like, week number 1, you're doing like 65, 75, 85%. Start to mix in once the pattern is super solid, we start mixing in all out efforts, and then like I said, we get you on kettlebell swings as soon as possible, as soon as your body's ready. Awesome, brother. Thank you for the time.
No
Thanks for watching. I'll send a highlight video out at some point. Everyone make a great day. Coach Zach. If you have questions, comments, or you want to be my next test monkey, that doesn't sound positive.
Victim.
not victim. Talk to everybody soon. Peace.